welcome to Old Guys, Gentlemen's Flex Fountain Pens. This is episode number 81. And today I'm going to be covering the Mabie Todd Swan 0160. But before I cover that, I guess I'd like to say that at least a third of my collection are Swan pens. For the most part, I love the nibs. I love the look of them. In particular, the snake skins. And I really like the lizard skins. Although these are getting really hard to find these days, and people want more and more money for them. So I'm glad I've got what I've got. And because I collect all the Swan pens, I'd like to know more about their history and when they were made. And to do that, there's this excellent book. Also costs a little bit of money. The Swan Pen. I think it came out last year, 2019. But if you collect swans, not only is it loaded full of tons of photographs. I don't know if this is all his collection or friends' collections, but also a lot of written material, ads. It's just really good. I don't know if they have these for other manufactured pens, but this one's really good. So everything I know about Mabie Todd comes from Stephen Hull. It's a leverless pen. See, there's no lever on it anywhere. There is a sack in here, just like you'd find in a levered pen. And for those of you who don't know what a levered pen is, this is a levered pen. There's a lever right here, and when you open this, it pushes down on what's called, I think it's usually called a J bar, which squeezes the ink sac that's in here that allows you to empty and to fill. What these guys came up with, I wish I knew the rationale for it, but it's a twist filler. So this end twists, and it's connected to a bar that runs all the way down to here. And when you twist it, it comes over and it folds into the sack in there and squeezes it upon itself. Although I think it's unique, these twist fillers, and they're simple to, or I find them simple to fix and repair. Some of these work very easily, and some of them, I don't know if I'm breaking something or what. Sometimes it's really hard to turn, and this could all come down to a repair that's needed on the J-bar, or it got the wrong size sack in there, the previous person put in the wrong size sack. And this particular one works really well, but they don't all do that. This is the 0160, and there is a numbering system for swans, but the only thing that matches the numbering system is the 60, which is for black. The 01, I can't find any chart or description anywhere of how that's an appropriate numbering system, because usually there's a nib size in there, but this happens to be a number 2 nib, so another mystery. This was made in like the 1941-42 time period. I've seen some people say this is a 1930s pen, but that doesn't seem to match what Stephen Hull has in his book. There are a couple of different kinds of imprints. There's a type A imprint, and this is not it, but the type A imprint goes straight across. There's none of this kind of writing on a curve thing. And this is a type B input. Excuse me, this is a type B imprint. And you can see the number there. What else is on here? This says Swan. The feed says Swan. And the end, with this end, has what I'm told is a brass, little piece of brass metal in here with a picture of a swan imprinted on it, which is kind of cool. Dimensions. Capped, this pen is 5 1/16 of an inch. Uncapped, it's 4 5/8, which is a little small for me. That would work in a pinch, but I like it posted, which brings me out to 6 1/16, and that's like a perfect size pen for me. Nice balance. The barrel is just under 1/2 an inch. It's 7/16, and the section. And normally when I measure the section, because it's continuously changing diameters, I do about midway. And midway it is 5/16. Now, if I mentioned this, but this is part of the line of the lizards. So, see the resemblance? Although I don't know why you would buy these if this was up on the rack at the same time with any of these guys. But it is a nice, elegant, shiny black with gold-filled trim. It's a classy looking pen. But how does it write? Getting Richard Binder's line chart out. How thin of a line can we write with? Make sure this is wet. These will dry out if you don't keep them capped, like almost all pens. Will this be triple extra fine? It's almost, with a really light hand, it's almost like a 4 extra fine. I guess with a normal hand, it's triple extra fine. But you can get that extra line variation if you're just willing to play with the pressure on the pen. Normally people think of putting pressure on the pen as only increasing the line width, but it can do, a light hand can push back the other side. All right, so how broad can we go? Well, again, probably up to off the chart around 4 broad. Took a little bit of pressure to do that, so it's probably definitely not a wet noodle. It's probably, let's call it a full flex kind of nib. So what do we look like? Let me do our little testing. Very fine, like we had previously shown. Yeah, like that, huh? I like it. Very responsive. This is both the pen and the ink. I find that Iroshizuku inks tend to be wet, and this nib seems to play along with that and make it so it's maybe a little bit wetter than I like, but the nib closes up. The response is so good, doesn't seem to bother the going back to a fine line to give you that nice full line variation. So let's go ahead and talk about the fox and the dog. So that's nice. Full flex pen, very classy look to it. 80 years old. I'm 70. This seems to be doing a lot better than I'm doing these days. Anyhow, that's a really nice pen. And I'm glad I have it to kind of complete some of the collection I've got here. So, I guess that's it. I hope you got some value out of it, and until next time, goodbye.